Welcome to Royal Secret. My name is Johnson, presenting this news today the 7th of July 20226. King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia stepped into one of Spain's most important media events with a message that reached far beyond royal protocol. At the 106th ABC Journalism Awards in Madrid, the King and Queen did not simply attend a formal ceremony. They stood before leading writers, editors, journalists, and cartoonists at a moment when public trust, truthful reporting, and the role of the press remain under intense scrutiny across the world. On July 2, 2026, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia presided over the presentation of the prestigious ABC Journalism Awards at the newspaper's headquarters in Madrid. The ceremony recognized recipients of the Mariano de Cavilla, Luca de Tina, and Mingot Awards, honors that have been associated with Spanish-language journalism for more than a century. King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia arrived at the 106th ABC Journalism Awards carrying more than the ceremonial responsibility of presenting trophies. Their appearance placed Spain's royal couple at the center of a larger conversation about truth, public service, and the people whose work helps society understand an increasingly complicated world. The ceremony, held at ABC's headquarters in Madrid on July 2, brought together major voices from journalism, literature, and visual commentary. For more than a century, the ABC Journalism Awards have recognized writers and creators whose work has shaped public debate. This year's event honored journalists and artists across several categories, but the deeper significance of the evening came from the values being celebrated. King Felipe and Queen Letizia presented the Mariano de Cavilla Award to Venezuelan writer Karina Sáenz Borgo. The Luca de Tina Award went to Victor M. Amela, Ima Sanchez, and Luis Miguel, while the Mingot Award recognized the celebrated cartoonists Gallego and Ray. These honors represent different forms of journalism and commentary, from written reporting and professional careers to the visual power of political illustration. That distinction matters because journalism is not one single craft. A powerful article can challenge assumptions. A long career can shape the standards of an entire newsroom. A political cartoon can capture a difficult national mood in one unforgettable image. By recognizing these different forms of expression, the ceremony highlighted how many ways there are to examine public life and hold a mirror up to society. For King Felipe, the event also became an opportunity to speak about the purpose of journalism itself. He emphasized that journalism is not simply about publishing information quickly. It is about looking at reality with curiosity, intellectual freedom, respect for facts, and a responsibility to leave an honest record of the times. That message carries particular weight today. News travels faster than ever before, but speed does not always mean clarity. Social media can spread information within seconds, yet audiences are often left trying to separate verified facts from rumors, opinions, and manipulation. In that environment, the value of responsible journalism becomes even more visible. The King also noted that strong journalism is measured not only by the story published in the moment, but by the impact it leaves behind. That idea is especially important because the best reporting often does not disappear when the headlines move on. It can influence public understanding, preserve difficult truths, and give a voice to people whose experiences might otherwise be overlooked. The evening also included a message of solidarity toward Venezuela after recent earthquakes. King Felipe expressed sympathy for the Venezuelan people and spoke of Spain's support for recovery and for a future shaped freely and democratically by Venezuelans themselves. The moment gave the awards ceremony a wider international dimension and showed how a gathering focused on journalism can also become a platform for human concern. For Karina Sáenz Borgo, receiving the Mariano de Cavilla Award carried particular resonance. Her work has often explored displacement, identity, memory, and the emotional consequences of political upheaval. Her recognition at the ceremony connected literature and journalism to a broader discussion about what it means to report on pain, migration, and national uncertainty without losing sight of individual human stories. Queen Letizia's presence added another layer to the event. Before becoming Queen of Spain, she built a career as a journalist and television news presenter. That professional background gives occasions like this a personal dimension that few royal engagements can match. She understands the pressure of deadlines, the importance of preparation, and the responsibility that comes with speaking to a large audience through the media. Her appearance alongside King Felipe was therefore more than a familiar royal image. It reflected a connection between the Spanish monarchy and a profession that plays a central role in democratic life. Queen Letizia's past does not make her a working journalist today, but it does give her a unique perspective on why media institutions and professional standards matter. The royal couple's attendance also drew attention because this was not an event built around spectacle alone. There were no grand palace scenes or elaborate state rituals at the center of the evening. Instead, the focus was on the work of journalists, writers, and artists. In a royal calendar often filled with diplomatic visits, cultural events, and public ceremonies, that focus made this engagement especially meaningful. It also showed the modern balancing act of the Spanish monarchy. King Felipe and Queen Letizia are expected to represent continuity and national tradition, but they are also expected to engage with the institutions shaping Spain's present and future. Supporting journalism, culture, and public debate is part of that wider role. The ABC Journalism Awards have existed for 106 years, surviving changes in Spanish society, politics, technology, and media. That longevity is a reminder that journalism has always faced challenges. Newspapers once competed with radio. Radio faced television. Television faced the internet. Now every major news organization is adapting to a digital world where audiences expect immediate updates and where attention can disappear in seconds. Yet the core question remains the same. Who is doing the careful work of gathering facts, listening to witnesses, challenging powerful institutions, and explaining why a story matters? That is the question at the heart of the ceremony King Felipe and Queen Letizia attended. The winners honored at the event represent different generations and different styles, but they share a commitment to making sense of the world. Their work reminds audiences that journalism is not only about reporting what happened. It is also about helping people understand why it happened, who is affected, and what consequences may follow. Public reaction to Queen Letizia's appearance also reflected her continuing popularity as a royal figure with a strong connection to culture and communication. Many royal observers focused on her elegant black outfit, but the more lasting story was the symbolism of the occasion. A former journalist stood beside Spain's king as the country honored people who dedicate their lives to reporting, writing, and visual commentary. The ceremony ended as a celebration, but it also left a serious message behind. In an era of misinformation, division, and endless online noise, credible journalism remains essential. It helps citizens make informed choices. It preserves accountability, and it gives societies a clearer picture of themselves. King Felipe and Queen Letizia's appearance at the 106th ABC Journalism Awards was therefore not just another royal engagement. It was a public reminder that truth requires work, that public debate needs responsible voices, and that journalism still has the power to shape how a nation sees its past, present, and future. Do you think royal support for journalism can help strengthen public trust in the media, or should the press always remain completely separate from institutions of power? Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, subscribe for more royal news, and share this story with others who follow the Spanish royal family.